Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you had a great weekend. Right, we've got unfinished business, to be fair, haven't we, with 10-state challenge. This is the third go. No, is it the third go? No, it's the fifth. It's the fifth go. But it's the third go with the new point system, right? First time we got 12. That was great. Second time we got 10. And I think I had 9 in the first half of the game, and then it just went to pot. It went absolutely to pot. I made a couple of woeful errors. I don't know how I confused West Virginia for Minnesota, but I did. So I'm back with a vengeance. I'm going to right those wrongs. I'm going to hopefully use some more US license plates, but actually put them to good use. So here we go. Without any further ado, we're trying to beat 10 and we're trying to beat 12. We're trying to beat both. Here we go. 10-state challenge. First one. And it's remote, it's foresty. Is it Alaska? Is this Alaska? Or, alternatively, could it be Maine? Could it be Washington State? I think these trees are Alaskan. I think we can rule out, is it Minnesota? The other foresty one up north on mainland USA. Yeah, I think we can rule that out because that is very flat. Just looks very flat. You can just tell. Yeah. The only reason that road is bending is because it's snaking through lakes. It's very flat around there. So, Maine, Washington State are my other two options. But I think this is Alaska. I really do, because of these styles of trees. So I'm going to go for it. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I thought for a moment I'd got it completely wrong. That was actually closer to Washington State than where I clicked, which may go some way to explaining why I was kind of torn. But it was just very far south in Alaska. In fact, I don't think I've ever got these sorts of areas. Mitkoff Island. And that's why the mountains were small and covered in trees rather than huge and rocky. So there we go. A fairly easy one for our first round, but it needed getting nonetheless, and that is 3 points. Wicked start. Right, this is definitely not Alaska. Now, one of you made a good point the other day. You pointed out that why are you ignoring the fact that the roads up north are a lot more crumbly and just shit because of the fact that they keep thawing and freezing and thawing and freezing during the winters and summers. Whereas in the south, that isn't the case. That isn't the case in Alabama. It's not going to freeze over. And I just hadn't considered that. I know I've considered it in Europe, Russia, Britain, versus Spain, France, but never in America, so I need to start doing that. Although looking at this, I don't know if this is that bad a road. I just thought it was at first glance, but that was definitely worth mentioning. Right, now where the hell is this? I think this is one of those ones, after all that babbling, that is just a bit tricky to get, to be honest. I guess I could go a bit further north if that is a sign of... I don't know if that is a sign of, you know, thawing or melting there. Okay, well in that case, I'm going to go, guys, because, as I say, I think one guess is as good as any here. I'm going to go for Virginia. I'll go for West Virginia. It's quite hilly, and it's in the middle of all the places I think we are. Bald Knob. No, that's too mountainous, as much as I want to go for that. Let's go up here. God, it is very hilly, isn't it, in West Virginia? I'm going to go there. Oh, one state over. Pennsylvania. I was toying with the idea of going for Pennsylvania, and look how close I was to doing so. But I went for West Virginia. I just thought it was a bit too hot, I guess, to go right up there. But I think there was some mileage in that road having thawed over and defrosted. But that is 1 point nonetheless. So that is 4 in 2. A very good ratio. Let's keep it going. I want to see license plates. Come on. Right, what's this? Is that Salt Lake? Now, wait a minute. Salt Lake, obviously the Salt Lake that springs to mind is Salt Lake City. However, we've got a place here. I mean, it doesn't look like Utah, does it, for a start? Ah, okay, we have a license plate here. What is that? That does look like the Utah one. It does. It's got the orange and it's got the archway, the rock archway. I can't remember its name. Let's keep looking round. This could be Utah, couldn't it? No redges on the front. Oh wait, yeah, there is a reg on the front on this one. Not on that one. I can see a reg over there. It looks the same sort of colour as the one we've just seen, interestingly. Yeah, and we're missing plates. Certainly on this one. That one just looks white. So, interesting mix. Let's keep looking. Tourist information. Union Pacific. Welcome to Milford. We've got lots of clues. I think we could work out exactly where we are here. Presumably Milford, Utah. And we've even got roads as well. What I was going to say is this place, Eli, I happened to see in the first round up here when I was looking up here. Look, Eli. So I was going to say, but we're not in Utah, we're in Minnesota. But looking back, that's quite silly. So we've got to presume that we're round here. Can we find... So if Salt Lake is north, can we find a Milford? We need to find a Milford, really. There. Got it. And there's the 257. So, yeah, I mean, we're round here, aren't we? I kind of need to get it spot on now. Well, I don't at all, do I? But you know what I mean. What have we got? Tourist information. Okay, well, let's use this petrol station. Are we on Route 66? Surely not. Anyway, let's find the petrol station. And I can't find it. There, Chevron Milford. I'm going there. Okay, we didn't get the 5,000, but we got the 3. That's all that matters. And to be honest, part of me is a bit disheartened because I wanted to get it just solely on the license plate. But I'd be lying to myself if I said I did. Obviously, Salt Lake. I would have come into Utah, looked for Milford, going on the back of Salt Lake. So, but still, the license plate helped. Definitely helped. Helped change my mind and took me out of Minnesota. Wow, that is, how many points is that? 7. 7 in 3. Amazing. Wait, no, is it? Yes, it's 7. Oh my God. Okay, brilliant score. Let's carry on. Okay, back into the countryside here. Oh, are we going to get some plates here? Come on. Ah, these two don't have plates. This one has a sticker. What is that? I can't make that out. And I've just realised I was meant to play the map that's more diverse in America. Totally forgot. What have we got here? It doesn't seem too bad, you know, in terms of the spread of states. So it's not too bad. It's not as bad as like the world version of Geoguessr versus a diverse world. Right, Selbyville, DE, is that DE? And if so, would that be Delaware? Is that a license plate there? Looks quite gold. The Delaware plate was goldy blue, wasn't it? Let's look around. Surely this isn't Delaware. I mean, the chance of getting Delaware are quite slim. What's that? Indian River. Okay. Right. Oh, am I going to have to go for Delaware here? This looks like Poland, doesn't it? In its terrain and landscape. More cars over there, but just frustratingly can't see the plates. Could that be a Delaware plate there? Blocked by the trees. perhaps. Was Delaware the one? It was, wasn't it? It was the one with dark blue and gold. But the gold comes out quite predominantly. I don't know. DE. Does that definitely say DE? I think it does. I'm just trying to think if there's any states that could be. Well, let's just go into Delaware and look for Selbyville. For God's sake. Here it is. Where is Selbyville? If it's there at all. Delaware City. Wilmington. Wilmington's quite a big place. I'm guessing that is the main town, the capital. Another Milford there, but we don't need another Milford now, do we? We need a Selbyville. It ain't there. Oh, there it is. It's right down the bottom. Okay, the question is though, has this breakdown lorry ventured south into Maryland? That is an option, isn't it? Right, so what I could do, now that we know that we're either in, well, we think we're either in Maryland or Delaware. Selbyville is very close to the border, so this lorry could have easily crossed over. So, we're going to move on to another clue. Indian River. I don't quite know whether that's a place, but I'm going to look for it. Indian River. Is that a river? One would imagine it is. Little Creek. Am I going to find Indian River here? I don't know. What is that? It's not even telling me the river. Is that a river? No, it's not. Wait, so this whole section of land is an island? Or is it? Does that count as an island? Or is that just a man-made canal? Yeah, it's a canal, isn't it? That's interesting. So they could cut out the whole peninsula. Boats going from Baltimore up to, New York. Philadelphia, rather. Anyway, back to reality. I think I'm just going to have to make a guess here. I could be edgy and go for Maryland. There's a river. There's another one. Okay, we are getting rivers here. Can we find the Indian River? They've all got Indian names. What about that one? Oh, that's the same. Yeah, I could be edgy and go for Maryland. Or I could just play it safe-ish and go for Delaware. Just looking for Indian River very quickly. I'm not going to spend too much more time doing this. Folly Creek. If we can find Indian River, then it'll give us another 3 points. And it'll be a great 3 points too. Won't be in Alaska or a Texas or a Florida. It'll be a bloody Delaware. Or Maryland. So just going to keep looking for a minute. Maybe Indian River is the company, to be fair. But I'm going to keep looking. Oh my God, that's not even Maryland anymore. That's Virginia. God, I didn't know that it had that little bit there. Interesting. Okay, we were looking in Virginia for a while there. That's crazy. Okay, back up here then, and shortly I will make my guess. Yeah? Very clever. Oh, Indian River Bay. Get in, we found it. Okay then, so it is Delaware. So I'm going to go up here somewhere. Boom. Please be right. Yes! Okay. Another 3 points in the bag. That is amazing. 3 Delawarean points too. I love how we whittled that down so that we were absolutely sure. I would have hated to make that guess not knowing, seeing as Selbyville was so close to the border there. What a round. Excellent stuff. We did have clues, but we used them wisely. That is now 10 points, and we've still got another round in this game. Let's bloody play it. Okay then. 10 points. Would you believe it? Right, look at this. We've got something No trespassing or authorized vehicles only beyond this point. Okay. Ooh, we might have slither of a plate. No, that's not going to give us anything. Ooh, what is that? Ooh, what is that? What are the previous letters? I wonder. Who knows? I could hazard a guess. We have got a mixture of plates on the front of the cars. I guess that just means because they're optional, that the odd one might have one, but most of them don't. I guess that's what that means. That plate over there looks green-ish to me, but that might just be light bouncing off it. Do we have a flag there? If we do, there's that little wind that they're just drooping directly south. Wow, look at this. I think this could be... Is this a poor road that freezes and thaws? Not sure. Not sure at all. What do I think, judging from that terrain over there? Really don't know, to be honest. Can you imagine if I just got a mad guess? Just plucked one out for 3 more points. That would be so good. But I was thinking Florida because of the possible green plate, and the fact that there aren't any on the front. I think what we've got here is a state that isn't that far south because of this thawing and freezing, the road that's ruined. Road to ruin, which is probably what we're on at the moment with this theory. But this is what I'm thinking, and bear with me here. Okay, so a state that's fairly far north because of the freezing and thawing, right? Bear with me. A state that has optional front license plates. Okay, so that narrows it down. And also, I mean, one that looks like that. Whatever that is. Now, let's have a look at the map, because I need to revise this again. But I believe that Pennsylvania is one of those states that has optional plates. West Virginia. Virginia isn't one of them. But then we've got Kentucky, Tennessee. Then I'm a bit cloudy. There might be another one over here too. But I'm tempted to go for Pennsylvania. So I'm going to do it, I think. What do you reckon? Yeah, I'm going to go for Pennsylvania. Mainly because of the road. Yeah, let's do it. I ain't looking at the damn roads again if this is wrong.
You suck.
Whoa, that's way off. Oklahoma. How was that Oklahoma? It was so wooded. I always picture Oklahoma, to be fair, to be just plains, fields. But that just goes to show just how diverse this goddamn forsaken country is. And that is no points. No points for us there. Wouldn't like to hazard a guess at how many states over that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's being kind. So view the summary. We've managed to get 10 points there on the first 5, and that is a feat in itself. That score, 14,683, doesn't beat last week's, but it's a bloody good one, it has to be said. If it wasn't for these two big old lines here, that would have just been verging on insane. What was that one there? Oh, yes. Delaware. Really chuffed to get Delaware. Okay, let's move on to the back 5, guys, and see what damage we can do here. Hopefully, we're not stuck on 10 by the end of this. That would be tragic. Okay. Right, this is very poor image quality. Very far south. Definitely chance to get 1 point, if nothing else. But let's strive for the 3. Let's think about this. I have had rounds that have completely deceived me recently, where I thought it's been, you know, at least Utah in terms of its southness, and it's ended up being Oregon. You know, so it is tricky. I mean, look at what's going on there with that really green grass. Is this like a... I think they might be building the road Seemed like a horse track then, but how is that so green? That's really something to behold, because that's so green, but then in the background it's so dusty and sandy. So presumably they're crops. Yeah, I don't think I want to go too far south here. Let's have a look. I might go for Colorado here, possibly Utah. What shall I do? Shall I go Utah? Where are the main mountains here? Over there. They're kind of everywhere, aren't they? I'm going Utah, I think. Yeah, I'll go Utah. Fingers crossed. Ooh, what is it? Nevada. Wow, well, I'm glad I went Utah, because I've got the 1 point that I was referring to. So that's pretty good. I'm on 11. I'm eking my way up to 12, which is the record. Very close to the record with 4 rounds to go. But Nevada. Interesting. Over here, towards California, to be fair. And not a million miles from... Yeah, quite far from Las Vegas, actually, but near Reno, or Reno. So, yeah, but crucially, got the 1 point, which moves us up to within 1 point of our record. Let's move on. Okay, it's one of these ones. Poor image quality again, to the point where these license plates really ain't doing a lot. But at least we can see that they're white. We can see that they're white, and we can see that there are regs on the front, at least on this car. Now, I think I can see some blue writing on there with red on the top. That's interesting. You can just make out there the blue. It seems to be in a sort of, I don't know. It's just in a little line, but it starts on the left and sort of ends in the middle. And there's definitely some red there at the top as well. I'm trying to think what plates that could be. You know, taking into account the landscape as well. Virginia, I think. I seem to remember Virginia had blue writing with red on. Or was it West Virginia? No, it can't be West Virginia, because the memories of that are very fresh in the mind from last week. So, how about Virginia then? Could this be Virginia? I think it could be Virginia. So that's as good a guess as any. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for Virginia. This will be amazing if I pull this off. This really will prove that the license plate thing was worthwhile, at least for me. Right, yeah, let's go for Virginia. Come on. Ooh, have we got it? Oh my God. No, we're way off. Okay.
Try again.
I thought, I didn't see all this border here for a moment. I thought that was the border. I thought we were that close. And I thought that for a second, oh, that car must have just been visiting a friend over the border. But no, we were in Ohio. And that's not one state over. That's no points. Oh, which piles the pressure on now, because there aren't many rounds left. But Ohio, that was. Fair enough. In the mountainous bits of southern Ohio. Duly noted. Okay, let's move on. Oh, I was so excited then. Last 3 rounds. Let's see. Can we break 12? Is this corn? I believe it is. Doesn't seem like the heart of corn land. Look at those buildings over there. I think this is possibly somewhere like Indiana or, you know, Ohio, but maybe a bit further north. Possibly Michigan. Michigan, sorry, shut up. Yeah, this for me is quite a hard one. It's one of those ones that could be a fair few places. So, what do I do? I could go Ohio, I could go Indiana. I might go, yeah, it could be Illinois, it could be Wisconsin, you know, it could be Missouri. A lot of places. So, I'm going to go for Indiana, guys, because I don't think there's much point thinking too much about it. Oh my word. Look at that.
That was pathetic.
No points there. That was... Is that New Jersey? Believe it is. New Jersey. And by the way, I said it like that for a joke. Someone called me up. Fair enough calling me up on the, you know, the Michigans and the Oregons. But New Jersey was... That was me doing an impression of the accent. Although it might be terrible. No points again and only 2 rounds to go. This is tense. Why are the first games so good but the second one so bad? It's like Urban World, no moving around. Why is the last round bad? It's always the last round that's bad. Piss me off, man. Last one. No, not the last one. That would be awful. Right. Okay. Dusty, sweeping plains. You can just imagine the Native Americans just making their way across, migrating with all the buffalo. I don't know. Could it be Texas? Definitely. Maybe can use that clue about the good roads in the south, so not that far north. Could this be Texas? Or is it more likely to be Oklahoma, Kansas? Huh? Huh? Is there any mountains over there? Can't see any mountains, so that makes it less likely that we're in Colorado. What do I do? Hopefully I can get a point here. If I wanted a point, I guess I would go for Oklahoma, wouldn't I? Because it borders Texas and Kansas. I think this could easily be Oklahoma as well. Could it be Nebraska? I guess it could. That's the thing. I guess it could be over here. I might go for Kansas. Oh man, I don't like this. This is hard. Something not quite right about this one. Kansas. Oh my god. Mate.
Are you kidding me right now?
What's going on? Oregon? It's done me again, hasn't it? This shit is crazy, man. Why is Oregon so deceivingly warm? Bastard. Last round. We've got to get... What are we on? 11. Okay, we can draw with a point, or we can do the incredible and get an actual state. I need to psych myself up here. What an ending this is going to be. Or we could just end on 11. That would be awful. Here we go. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, God. That is an awful guess back there. Oregon. So far away from all the things I was considering. Right, this looks... well, I don't know. I don't know. This is tough. What could this be? Can you imagine if I got this? Road looks quite shit. So it could be quite far up north. Could this be Michigan? Wisconsin? I feel like we're due one of these. Might go for Wisconsin. Screw it. Oh, Kansas!
You suck.
Oh man, I cannot believe we've ended on 11. That is awful. Look at that. 1 solitary point in that game. Same as last time. Last week we got 9 and then ended on 10. This week we got 10 and ended on 11. It was going so well. I think I had 10 in 4 rounds. Oh, not worth thinking about, guys. But either way, hope you enjoyed the vid. Keep those useful bits of advice coming for next week, where surely I have to come back again in force and try and beat that pesky record of 12. Right, guys, sadly there will be no video on Wednesday because I'm absolutely swamped with the editing for the mission across Wales. I mean swamped, okay? Trying to get these episodes tip-top, okay? So I'm afraid I'm going to have to sacrifice Wednesday. But I'll see you on Friday. So until then, have a great week, and don't forget to hit that like button. Thanks again, folks. See you soon. Ta-da.